Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another morning broadcast. If this is your first time, please smash that like button if you enjoy the stream. I deploy a momentum strategy. I have different strategies, but I deploy the main strategy that the group and I trades are momentum plays. And those will consist of us trying to find stocks that have high elevated volume, news catalysts, fresh news, or we trade certain themes, certain sectors, and certain macro plays as well. So if you enjoy the stream, smash that like button, drop me some comments, and I'll try to get to all the comments that are left in the chat. So let's get right to it. Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. We're going to talk big picture about what's going on. I just want to mention a few stocks real quick. So let's see. We have one on the board. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that one, right. All right. Let's go. Let's zoom out for a second. Okay. So the market right now is mainly concerned with what's going on in the Middle East. Investors are worried about there's a lot of headlines. Trump is tweeting. There's a lot of news around whether or not the U.S. is going to assist the IDF. So we have this induced volatility that has entered into the market, where on one side we may have oil, gold rising, energy stocks rising, and then if that high level of fear or heightened sense of fear starts to dissipate, then we could see stocks start to rally again, tech start to rally again. So at this point, we're looking for individual stocks that pop up on the scan, like APVO this morning, took that play, as well as we're looking to take advantage of what's going on from a macro standpoint. So this entire week has been about just stock selection. We've traded quantum, we've traded energy, and we traded individual names. Okay. So Powell is going to, the Fed will give a rate decision today. And that will be at 2 p.m. Eastern. And most are expecting status quo. So I'm not necessarily worried about that. I'm not worried, but really, my prayers go out to any innocent that are impacted. But from a market standpoint, what I'll be looking at is headlines that are coming out throughout the day, because literally we can have one bias, we can be trading in one direction, and then a headline comes out, boom, it switches the bias, the sentiment of the market. So if things escalate or de-escalate, that can impact how we're trading, what we're trading. Okay. So I'm looking at it like that. So if you're trading indices, you may see this holding pattern where we're in this range. I mentioned yesterday about, if stocks hit the support level, they may rebound. And we did have some of that. We had stocks actually in the beginning opening up with a turn and then eventually fading. So now we've had a gap up and we're at that support level. So if you're just trading indices, overall market plays, then you're pretty much in the range right now. And if we have more news around escalation, then we can see, price drop. Okay. All right. So that being said, if we talk about themes and sectors, I'm looking at energy, as I mentioned yesterday. It didn't take off right away. So at the open, we had HUSA, USEG, took a trade on USEG, but they popped, actually missed this drop below VWAP, an opening drive trade. I tried to take another one, but it ranged, dropped. We were looking at maybe a potential breakout, and then price eventually took off later. So we see that across all of the those energy names that we mentioned and that we traded. So USEG, HUSA, those and a few others rallied. Robin Energy, this is the one that really took off the other day from about $2 up to, it's like, over 600% gain that day. So what we just saw right now, a few just right before we joined, some of these took a dip. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so that's Robin, HUSA. Okay, and you can look at something like oil. We'll track oil. Oil kept rising yesterday. So I was looking at USO. Here, so price just was rising throughout the day. All right. So that's one side of the coin. The other is if we have, if tech decides to pull out of this range here, then we can have more upside. Okay. So it's almost like an inverse correlation right now. So if you look at QUBT, which we traded 2 days in a row, Monday and Tuesday. Monday rallied, I think, over about 20%, and then QUBT initially dropped. Then we had a reclaim of VWAP, and that's where we started trading it here. I took an entry right here as we dropped below VWAP and pushed. I put some initial size on, and then got stopped out. I exited early once we passed over VWAP. But then we created this double bottom, pushed back through VWAP, and then we had this consolidation for a little time here. So entered, and then that one just took a little bit of time to play out. But this was a higher time frame leg there that played out, pushed up, pulled back, higher time frame low for another leg higher. All right, so we'll see. We're sort of in this pattern where we're in a position where we're waiting. So we'll see how the market opens up, where volume flows into, and then we'll take some trades. Okay. All right. So quantum, AI, those daily drivers, PLTRs, the NVIDIAs of the world, we'll be watching those to see what happens. Okay. All right. Now let's talk about individual stocks. So APVO, we had a decent scan this morning. We didn't have anything that really ran. Like yesterday was a little bit better, and Monday, but APVO was one popped. They had news about one of their drugs, cancer treatment, and it was pretty decent catalyst. So initially, I didn't do anything here, didn't do anything there. The tape just looked okay, but as we created. I put a starter position on as we kept holding here, kept holding, and then I went ahead and put a starter position on. It pulls back here. This is where I'm really confirmed at this point, because we had a volume rise here, we had a level there, so that's where the point to add was there. And let me just see what's up. I forgot. I haven't used these defaults in a minute. All right, there you go. These are templates. Yeah. So then exited 50, exited 25, and then as we lost momentum, exited the other 25 though. Just was gonna wait and see what happened there, and we just faded. All right. So quick scalp there, and just watching the scan, we saw PTLE. This one popped up as well, gave some scalps. RYDE, this one popped as well. Lower price stock. I saw it too late here to catch this leg, but that would have been a good leg to catch, especially earlier. My scan is like 40 cents. I won't see if it's below 40 cents. So we'll see. This one made an investment in EV. So we can see this could be a temporary catalyst that moves the market, that moves this stock. So we'll see what happens out of this consolidation as we get closer to the open, or if we have something something else here. We see it. We may have another leg to the upside. Okay. All right. So more names. If you're just joining, you can drop me a message in the chat. I try to answer all of the questions. Good morning as you come in. Please smash that like button. It helps the algorithm, and it will help us continue going. All right. So a few others that we saw, RELI. This is another one that I didn't take advantage of, but could have got some scalps coming out of this range here on this one. And this is a merger and acquisition deal here. So just keep it on watch for another leg. Post-market, it rallied off of the news, and it's holding up well. So we'll see what happens on this one. All right. So everything else for me right now is all going to be stocks that rallied yesterday. Oh, one more. TMC. All right. This is a theme play. So TMC, the metals company. This one is related to marine mining and the U.S. and their interest to expand. Trump was executing an executive order. So this one was in the game plan, and a few others that were in that industry before, just some time ago. So this one is rallied yesterday, took off. I didn't catch it yesterday. I'm sorry, this was Monday. Tuesday started up but didn't hold, and then pre-market is rallied. Had another catalyst come out. So we'll see. This one is creating just stair-stepping, creating highs here. So we'll see if we're gonna play with that one. Okay. All right. So let's take a step back real quick and look at a few other names that are in the scan. All right. So we talked about the energy names. We're going to talk about names that they worked out yesterday, and they've still held up pretty well. Some of these I won't mention from yesterday. APVL, TMC. All right, there's one more. I'm just gonna add Cyril. This one ran up incredible yesterday. Here, okay. So Digital Turbine. So this one, earnings play, and I actually missed it yesterday morning. So I didn't have it on the list, and this one really took off. Really spiked, pushed, and then just rallied the entire day on earnings. So the catalyst, really strong catalyst, and it's holding up well. So we're looking for a second day play. So we'll see if it's broken the high of day yesterday, and it's just kind of consolidating at that top there. That's a good sign of being bullish. If we consolidate there and then break out, then we may have a second day play there. Okay, so may play that at the opening range. So we'll keep an eye on APPS. Even if it dips and we have volume, we could take a play on it. All right. So what are y'all looking at? Talk to me. Tell me what's on your watch list. What are you looking at this morning? Any questions about any tickers that you have on watch? I have my scanner over here. Good morning. What you got? Talk to me. Guess everybody's just locked in. Everybody must be locked in and ready. Locked and loaded. We had a pretty good session yesterday. There's nothing on my scanner. Don't know if it's an error. Well, if you don't have anything at all, then there's a problem. All right, I'm checking the scan. Let's see what we got here. PTLE is at the top of mine. So if you have PTLE, RYDE, LGHL, then you may be good. Yeah, I talked about Reliance. We'll see if it holds. At this point, we've higher high, created a higher high here, and higher high, higher low, higher high. Then it failed here, and now it's underneath VWAP and the non-EMA. So I have it on watch. So yeah, so Urban, that's a good one. Let's take a look at JBL. Had good movement on opening drive yesterday, but spread was crazy wide. Ooh. This one is active. APPS. Yeah, let me look at. Yeah, APPS was crazy yesterday. So yeah, let's see. Let's get locked in on that one. That was a good ticker, for sure. All right, I'm just looking at the scan again. I want to see if anything else of interest has popped up before we break. I was looking at Lion Group. Yeah, what was it about Lion Group? Unpan. Okay, crypto-related venture. Yeah, these crypto-related headlines have been moving these stocks. I think it comes down to, for me, it may just be a daily intraday trader. We had something yesterday. Let me look at the notes. That is related to crypto. Let me see. Trying to remember. I can't remember off the top of my head. KBT analyst upgrade. Yeah, one of these that we traded yesterday ended up being crypto related name that it played out, but then it ended up dying out. Okay, all right. So you got my core game plan. And everything else after that is all trading related. So we're gonna look and see what gets volume, and we'll see. ACPX. I'm gonna set alarms here on this one. I was looking at it last night. It was holding up decently. It's shorted though. But I'll set alarms. If it does recover here, then it's a large amount of volume. We may look for a liquidity trap on these. So yeah, if it does recover and become aggressive, then we could have another leg. So I'll set alarms on that one to see. But my main play is quantum, AI, energy, and then we'll look at these individual stocks that pop up on the scan. Okay, and APPS is an earnings play. We have a second day play on that one. Okay, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and let you all go. YLQ. I don't see anything on ELQ for me right now. But if there's something specific that you want me to look at, then let me know. Okay. And we will, I'll take a look at it. Or I can give commentary on it if I can. Okay. All right. So we're jumping off the game plan. If you're in we're on Zoom right now for those that are in the community. If you want to trade with us, hit the link in the description. Have a great day. This can be your best trading day if you follow your plan. If you can score an A for routine, that's a win. If you can do that consistently, day in and day out, and just hyper focus on the things you need to correct, then you'll eventually see the monetary gain that follows being disciplined and following your routine. All right. Hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks.